Welcome to the Geek Easy for another installment of Incredible Independence. Let's grab a beverage of your choice, because today we are going to be talking about the Midnite Show #1, published by Dark Horse Comics, written by Cullen Bunn. Art by Brian Hurt. That's 1 R, 2 T's. Bill Crabtree is the colors, and letterer is Jim Campbell. So, there's the creative crew. Here's the first page right here, and it's just, creature feature and all this stuff. And it starts out with kind of an old, like an old 50s type of Hammer horror movie, or, like what you sort of saw at the beginning of Fright Night, if you saw that movie. And first 3 or 4 pages are, things that are going on in there. And then it turns out that it's a movie set, right? And things catch on fire, and it's destroyed. Well, this was a movie called God of the Monsters, right? And that particular fire just destroyed everything, and it was going to be like the final movie of this guy who created all these monster movies, and he directed it. He always starred as the monster. This was going to have everybody in it, man. It was going to be Dracula, Frankenstein, a Wolfman, kind of a creature from the Black Lagoon type of character. And everything. But it didn't get made, so it became this legendary lost movie. And so now you have... it says God of Monsters. And there's a kind of a film festival at the Argent Theater where they're having a midnight showing, or a night showing, of this movie. It had been found, right? And so all these people are there to see the movie. You've got horror fans. You've got this kind of a, what do you call it? A kind of a social media influencer who does stuff like that. There you have an actress who, if you see her right there, the one sitting there in the corner, she was in old horror movies, from the day, and she's there to, sign autographs and make some money and all that. And then you have a little bit of things with people at the concession. So all of this stuff is going on, and then all of a sudden you see some of the monsters start to come back. You see, so there's all this stuff going on. Like you have the first one that comes back is kind of like their version of the Mummy. And it's like, okay, because the movie was supposed to have been cursed. And so you've got all these people at the movie theater who are watching it. You've got all these couple of people at different other locations, and these creatures are coming out. And it's just, really cool. And also there is a guy hosting it who is this really old man who's been doing horror hosting for, like 50 something years. So I mean, it's really kind of a cool concept that it takes things that are happening now, like there's this big thing with horror hosts like Joe Bob Briggs, Sven Gulli, all these people getting that together. Lost footage, films where like not lost footage as opposed to found. Like okay, there's this movie that we thought was lost here, and then and throwing that in with the monsters coming back. And so it ends with number one with some kind of an interesting little situation. And so it's obviously going to be more than one issue. Because, sometimes around Halloween they come out with like a one-shot horror thing. But this is obviously going to be at least 2. I'm thinking 4 if it's Colin Bunn. But it's a really fun book. It's kind of well written. It's got some humor in there. You've got like the two clerks out front doing the concessions, and the girls is like, so what are you doing afterwards? What does a guy like you do after work? And he's just yada yada, and she's like, hey, stupid, I'm trying to see if you want to hang out afterwards. Because a lot of guys are oblivious to things like that, and it's a little humorous stuff, and just it's a fun read that's gonna get probably a little bit spookier at the end, but it's not a kind of I don't think it's gonna be a really serious spooky thing. It's gonna be more of a fun type of monsters attack type of thing, and I really enjoyed it. It's I'm gonna give it a 4.75 just because the art is I don't know. I mean, it's not bad art. It's just it would have been nice if it had been a little bit more, I don't want to say realistic, but if you understand what I'm getting at. But yeah, I mean, it's a good book. I really recommend it, especially if you're into fun horror like that. So let me know in the comments below what you think of it if you've read it. And like, subscribe, and most of all, enjoy your horror comics.